What is going on, guys? Randall 419, the man with the million, back again with another video. How's everybody doing? If you missed my last video, I put out a review for Outlast 2, which will be out later tonight. Check it out. I really enjoyed the game. I think you might as well. But let's move on. Hopefully this is going to be a short video. It's something I've been thinking about for a while now. And it's one of the biggest problems I think the Scorpio might face going forward. Now, we all know that Scorpio is the most powerful home console ever. I mean, Microsoft has kind of beaten that into everybody's heads with the marketing and all that things, and Digital Foundry has pretty much confirmed that with their look at the system. We know it's a better system than the PS4 Pro and the PS4, not better than like high-end PCs, but, that's neither here nor there. The problem that Scorpio might face in the future is parity. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? A game being made for both PlayStation and Xbox, but not taking full advantage of the power of Scorpio. Now, if you recall, earlier in the gen, when the PS4 was, a more powerful system, a lot of PlayStation fans were up in arms when certain games performed better or on par with their Xbox counterparts. One example would be Assassin's Creed Unity. That kind of started the whole, no parity hashtag. PlayStation users were pissed off that essentially their system was being held back by the inferior Xbox One. And that is something that could rear its ugly head again in the future with Scorpio, since the Scorpio is a way better system tech-wise than the Pro. Some developers, for a myriad of different reasons we could discuss, may decide either they don't have the time, they don't have the money, they don't have the experience to actually fully utilize Scorpio and its tech to its, fullest advantage. So then you would have PS4 Pro versions looking and running exactly similar to their Xbox Scorpio counterparts. And I feel like that could be a huge problem moving forward. Now, we know that Sony has a lot of the marketing deals for this holiday, and Microsoft is trying to get their own. We know they have Shadow of War, their own games. We're not sure if there's any more games. Like, who knows if Assassin's Creed Empires, who they're with. But that aside, the real battle, from what I'm hearing from people, is actually going on behind the scenes. In Microsoft's case, they are going to their developers who favor Xbox, because just like there are people like me who favor Xbox and people on, PlayStation, people who favor PlayStation, there are developers who have their own preferences, who actually either prefer Xbox or prefer PlayStation. So Xbox is going out to developers, telling them how easy it is to dev for Scorpio, how you can basically do a PC version and then basically port it to Scorpio, no problems, super fast, all that type of stuff, right? While Sony is going to their developers and all developers out there basically saying, disregard Scorpio, dev on PlayStation first, like make PlayStation the default, basically, version of the game, because even though we don't have the best, like, tech-wise system, we do have the user base, and, money talks. But yeah, that's the battle that's going on behind the scenes. Microsoft saying, hey, you're going to have the best version here. It's super easy. We've listened to developers, all that, right? While Sony's like, don't go with Microsoft. You want the user base. Dev here first. Don't spend the extra time and effort into basically making games better for Scorpio, because you won't see a return on investment, basically. And that is the fight that is going down behind the scenes, and that is an issue that could, become a problem. Like, I'm going to get Scorpio, depending on the price, of course. $400, absolutely. $500, I'd have to consider some trade-in things. Anything above $500 is probably a no. And I hope to see some games, outdo their PS4 Pro counterparts, like Call of Duty. Is that realistically, we know Call of Duty has always... One of the things you could count on by Call of Duty was the frame rate, like 60 frames per second. But Microsoft is touting the system as a true 4K system, right? So is Call of Duty going to be able to run 4K 60 on the Scorpio? Because I can't see the devs, cutting the frame rate. That game we know is going to be 60 frames per second. And then, Jez Corden and his leaks, in the marketing stuff, Call of Duty's mentioned as being true 4K. Is it possible that the Xbox One version is 4K 60 and the PlayStation version is not, or the PlayStation Pro version is not? Maybe. And if that's the way it goes, where the Xbox One version is significantly better than the PS4 Pro versions, I think that's a win for Xbox. But then you probably have cases like Destiny 2, where I fully expect Destiny 2 to be the exact same on both Xbox Scorpio and PlayStation 4 Pro, mainly because of the deal that they have, that weird, stringent armor-clad marketing deal that Sony has with them. Like, Xbox can't even really talk about Destiny 2 in ways they can talk about Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Call of Duty. So yeah, that's going to be the issue moving forward. Are developers going to reach for parity because of a myriad of different reasons, right? Which I talked about earlier, time, money, expertise. I mean, sometimes you don't have the extra money or time to make another version better. You just got to ship on your date, right? And that's going to be a huge issue, because if all the games come out and they're all just basically the PS4 Pro version with no improvements, then the Scorpio might be a bust in that sense. But if developers listen to Microsoft and start deving on Scorpio, moving the PC versions over, and if the Xbox Scorpio versions are significantly better than their PS4 Pro counterparts, then that's a huge, huge, huge win for Microsoft in the long run. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit that like button, consider subscribing for more content, and I'll see everybody later.